MTG and me, this is Charles. We're going to take a look at the Chandra Planeswalker deck from Dominaria. Alright, let's go. So as you probably know by now, the Planeswalker decks essentially replaced the old intro decks. There used to be a set of 5 when a new set came out. Now there's 2. It's one of the tools that Wizards is using to sort of introduce players that might be a little bit familiar to the game, or as an avenue for kind of casual players, given that they have Planeswalker front cards, which is pretty flashy. Each of them comes in a deck box now. These are actually reasonably usable, plus a 60 card deck and 2 booster packs. There's also the relatively useless strategy insert and a quick reference card. So Wizards has publicly stated that the Planeswalkers are not meant really to be like tournament playable cards. Likewise, there's a set of matching rares. There'll be 2 rares that go with this set, 3 uncommons and 4 commons that are exclusive to the Planeswalker deck. And for the most part, these are designed mostly for play in the Planeswalker deck. So there's been a couple occasions, I believe Tattered Mummy might have been one of them, where the card was seeing some play outside of the Planeswalker decks, but generally it proved to be true. Yeah, so as I mentioned, the boxes are reasonably usable. They'll fit some sleeved cards, but they're not great boxes. One nice little change versus the older boxes is that the bottom flap is actually glued down instead of folded into it, so your cards won't actually catch on there. And there's the cat. Hold on. Alright, so with Fred out of the way, I'm going to take a look at the deck first, and then we'll open up our packs and see what we get in them. So the Chandra Planeswalker deck actually has a pretty good include in the form of Gilded Lotus. Then we also got some other rares. We get 2 copies of Chandra's Outburst. This is a sorcery that deals 4 damage to a target player or Planeswalker, but also tutors up Chandra from your library or returns it from your graveyard to your hand. Then we got a copy of Marwyn the Nurturer for ramp, and a copy of Gilded Lotus. And that rounds out our rares and mythic rares. And the deck's a little bit mixed up here, but I think there's 3 or 4 copies of Llanowar Elves. Oh, okay, so 2 copies of Llanowar Elves, copy of Gitu Chronicler, 3 Elfheim Druids, 4 copies of Pyromantic Pilgrim. So this is the common that's exclusive to the deck. And it's a 3/1 haste. We got a Krosan Druid, 3 copies of Karplusan Hound, which again are the Planeswalker deck exclusive cards. It's a 3/3 for 4, and if you control Chandra whenever it attacks, it deals 2 damage to any target. So pretty aggressive. Then we got a copy of Gaia's Protector, 2 Baloth Gorgers, 3 Fire Elementals. There's a nice uncommon here, Grun the Lonely King. Then a copy of Primordial Worm. Bunch of basic lands. I think most of the Planeswalker decks are around 24 lands. A couple copies of Shivan Fire. A couple copies of Gifted Growth, a Pierce the Sky. One of my favorite uncommons in the set, Fight with Fire. Copy of Fiery Intervention. And 4 copies of Timber Gorge as our dual land. Okay, so let's look at our Cracker packs here. We start with an Icy Manipulator. Then we've got a Sage of Latnam. Our rares, Jaya's Immolating Inferno, which I'd play right into here. Then we got a copy of Urgoros the Empty One, and our lands, zombie token. Okay, second pack. Alright, so we got a copy of Urza's Tome, another Sage of Latnam, our rares, Hinterland Harbor, and then we've got a legendary Rona, Disciple of Gix. Alright, so that's the Chandra Planeswalker deck. I'm also going to be opening up a Teferi Planeswalker deck, so stick around for that next video. As always, thanks for watching.
If you enjoyed the video, you could help us by clicking that like button and leaving a comment. And to support the channel, please click that subscribe button. Also, don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Twitter. Thanks for watching!